Hey everyone, and welcome to another Full of Germs review. I am Germs, and this is Creed 2. I'll be talking about the newest in the Rocky franchise series, the 8th in the series, the second as far as dealing with Mr. Adonis Creed, son of Apollo Creed. So this is directed by Steven Caple, Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed, Sylvester Stallone as, of course, Rocky. You got Dolph Lundgren, Felicia Rashad, Tessa Thompson, and a bunch of others. So what this is about is, of course, Adonis Creed, son of the world famous Apollo Creed, him dealing with his life, his family, everything like that, and trying to deal with being in the shadow still of Apollo. He's at the top of the food chain, but now someone wants to take him down, and who that is the Drago family, who is very known to the Creeds as Ivan Drago returns with his son Victor. Ivan is the one who took down his father and killed him in the ring. So now his son is off to fight Apollo Creed's son Adonis. So yeah, this one's a heavy one. There's a lot on the line, and alright, so good and bad. First, I'll point out that I love the Rocky movies. I love all of them except for number 5. And yeah, they've all been good. I recently saw Creed for the first time. I've been wanting to see it, I hadn't seen it, and I really dug it. And this one continues along the line. You've seen a Rocky movie, you've seen Creed, you've seen Rocky 2, all that. Each one has their differences to it. This one is almost like a mixture of a couple of movies. And I really dig them. I really dig this one. So let me get on with the good, and we'll see if we can find some bad. So spoiler alert, I think you know what I think about this movie so far. Michael B. Jordan, he is Adonis Creed. He is amazing in this movie. I mean, there are points where you look at him and you see like, dang, this guy really worked his butt off to get to this role, to become Adonis, to become the son of Creed. And he's just a badass. He's a tough guy when he has to be. He's a sensitive guy when he has to be, when he wants to be. But yeah, you could tell, of course, the body. The guy is jacked. And what they have him do with the training montages and everything else, he is this character, and he does an amazing job with this. So I do not know if he was nominated for the last movie, but I feel like he's got to be nominated for something. I mean, Michael B. Jordan is a badass. So here's all the money, dude. Do whatever you want. You're amazing. Not to mention also Sly Stallone, always perfect as Rocky. I mean, he's not in it a lot. I don't know if it's a spoiler or whatever, but yeah, for when he is in it, and when he shows up, when he just kind of, does his little sly walk in, it's like, yeah, he's hilarious when he has to be. He's very wise when he has to be too. He kind of fills in the Mickey role, in these past 2 movies, and I think he's great. Like, Sly is the best, and I love him for this movie. Like, he does an amazing job. I believe he also helped write it or produce it, but he had his hand in this one just like he had with all the others. So you can tell like this is partially his movie, along with the director's movie too, Steven Caple Jr. I think that's again how you say his name. This is his first, I guess, big time movie, and to me it doesn't show. I think I've heard others say that that it's not all there, but I loved it. Like, visually it looked great, the colors were just right, the way that everyone was placed, the intros to the fights, the way the fights were shot, everything. Like, there's a couple little turns there, a couple little, shots that were like standalone, that were like, wow, like, this is a good looking movie. This is a great looking movie. And it didn't have to be, because it's, a boxing movie. It's a Rocky movie, but they made it look good. like with some of the choices that they made, and I commend him on that. It's like, hey, great job on this first really huge movie, because I don't know him from anything else. I tried to look up his Wikipedia and I didn't recognize any of the movies, so hey, kudos to him. And yeah, some of the little Easter eggs. If you are a Rocky fan, you're gonna love some of the mentions, some of the references, and maybe some cameos, because you know you got to. You don't need to see the other movies to really get this one, but it helps. My wife had a great time with it. She loved Creed 1, and I don't think she's seen the others, so you know, this is pretty much, it's a good movie for anyone. If you like a good story, you like kind of either fall from grace or redemption or revenge or any of these things, because both sides of the coin, when it comes to Creed Balboa and the Dragos, you know, they do a great job of telling their stories. So the villains aren't like the villains of Rocky 4. This time they have some heart. They're taking a lot of risk with this. I mean, what's it called? Drago has fallen from grace after that fight, and now he needs to get back in there. He needs to show Russia like we are worth something. So he and his son, you know, they have a lot on the line, and I really dug that. So kudos to them on that. The bad. Again, this is only a bad if you've seen all the Rocky movies and you're expecting something new, something different. It's not all the way. And yeah, there's some great things. Like, I love Tessa Thompson. I have to mention her too. I love her character in this, where like Adrian, I wasn't always a fan of her. I felt like she whined and cried a lot, and it's kind of understandable. But here, like, Bianca is like her character. I'm doing what I love. You should do what you love to do. Like she's for him doing his thing, but she loves and cares about him, and yeah, she does a lot for him, just like he does a lot for her. The relationship together is fantastic. Like, I'm not all for love stories, but these two, I really dig them together. But yeah, everything else seems very familiar when it comes to this movie. So that may be a flaw for some, and I kind of saw that. I was like, okay, I see this coming, I see that coming. But you know, just when you think that happens, or just when you think that's gonna happen, they switch it up on you, and I dig that. So what I gotta say is a negative for me, because you know, I have to say something negative about it, because it's not a fully perfect movie. It's not, you know, 100% for me, is the music. And with the other movies, the music makes a big difference for me, you know, especially with, you know, his theme, with Rocky's theme, you know, blaring and doing its thing, and with some of the shots. And I feel like some spots were kind of underwhelming. And it's like, hey, look, this big event happened to him, or this big thing occurred to someone else, and it should be like that. The music should have like swole with it, should have like went with it, where it's like, yes, it's this epic like moment, and it didn't fully get me in that way. All right, if Creed is gonna win or lose, I want some like music. I want some like I want his theme or somebody's theme just to play, and just to show like yeah, he did it, or dang, he didn't do it. So I don't know. The music makes a big difference for me, and especially with these movies, like it kind of adds to the heart of it, because you need to feel the triumph, and that part didn't do it for me. But you know, even then, when the good stuff happened, when the bad, like, I understood it, but I feel like that could have just made it that much more better. But that's about it. And yeah, I can't really think of much else that's a negative besides those two things. But if you are a Rocky fan, if you love any of the movies, you love all the movies, you gotta watch this one. If you loved Creed, I've heard there's a bit of divide, but I kind of like this one more than Creed 1. So I highly recommend it. See it in the theater, and see it with people, because the crowd that we saw with, there were like a clapping for everything, and that's the way to watch this movie, just to, see someone who's like, all right, this is their big fight, this is the one, like they have to win this, somebody has to win this, and you feel the drama in this. So once the events go down, once everything goes down at the very end, no matter what happens, you're gonna cheer. So it's a great one. I highly recommend it. Watch it in theaters, and if not, then watch it later. But as a Rocky fan, I recommend it. And as my wife, who doesn't know anything about Rocky, she loves it too, so that should tell you enough. So thank you again for watching my videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna put more nerdy stuff and more movie reviews coming up, because as of this moment it's the Thanksgiving season, so there's a whole bunch of movies coming out. I've seen a whole bunch of movies, so stay tuned and let me know what you think. If there's anything that you want me to talk about too, any movies or shows, let me know in the bottom. And I'm at Full of Germs on all the things, and I will see you in the next one. Boxing thing, because everybody does this.